Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm S. Maxine Fisher, an author, fiber artist, and queer parent of one. And today I have an interesting task set for me. So normally I crochet plushies, but today I am going to turn my son into a dinosaur. Explanation. I have never celebrated Halloween before. Y'all gonna laugh at me. But I haven't really had a reason to up until now. I have a kid, but now I have a kid. So this kid is 17 months and I was not planning on making him an elaborate costume because he's 17 months and he can't eat candy. However, I just found out that we are doing a fall parade at my son's daycare. So I grabbed one of his outfits and I am going to have to make do because Spirit Halloween does not have a costume that is appropriate for this little boy. So we're going to make him into a dinosaur. Here's what I got to work with. I have a sweatshirt. This sweatshirt is sort of dinosaur-esque. It has some little scales on the sleeves and a T-Rex on the front. I looked at it today and the hood is plain. So this is definitely not costume worthy yet. But I crochet, so let's make some magic. It is too late to go to the craft store, so I'm gonna have to use my yarn stash. I have some Poche Pearl and some Parfait Chunky from making amigurumi, so let's see what I come up with.
Oh, how was your day? I didn't even think to ask. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I think this gray Poche Pearl is what's going to match his sweatshirt most closely. I don't have an exact match, but it's going to have to work. Here is the dinosaur that I'm sort of modeling this costume after. I want it to have like some spikes up the back of the hood, and maybe if I have time, I'll crochet some like cartoony eyes. And I want to give this a tail. So I think I'm going to focus on the head and the tail. And if I have time, I'll do some more details. But I'm going to use the gray to construct a tail, kind of like a snuggler, and put the little green spikes on it. So without further ado, let's get crocheting. So while I'm up here crocheting the tail, I'm actually talking with my wife who's sitting next to me about some of the things that we used to do growing up as kids instead of celebrating Halloween. We'd usually go to harvest parties that were sponsored by local churches, kind of like a trunk or treat, except you actually had to earn the treats by performing gymnastics and acts of daring like bobbing for apples. And I feel like if you put a whole bunch of kids in a room and give them some party games, everybody's gonna have fun. So I remember things like bobbing for apples, I remember there was this one where like it was bobbing for donuts, but you weren't bobbing in a tub. You were basically, they had like little mini donuts suspended or like little crispy donuts suspended from a string, and you had to kind of grab them with your teeth, but they'd just sort of swing back and forth and bop you in the face, and you had to somehow find some way to get your teeth around them.
Not that.
It was also really super gross because you're trying to grab things with your mouth. I'm looking back, I hope they changed those donuts between kids attempting to grab them.
I was gonna say it's like one donut per person. You have to keep trying, but if you don't succeed, guess what? You still get the donut.
Yeah, but we didn't. You did not still get the donut. You had to get that donut. You had to win the game,
God,
but it was fun.
They changed that.
Oh, I got the donut. It took me a lot of effort in figuring it out, but I got it.
Nice.
I feel like there was a trick to it that I don't remember. So by the way, yes, bobbing for apples is super gross because if you have not engaged in this activity, you basically have a large metal wash tub full of water and about half a dozen apples. And the aim of the game is to stick your head in said wash tub and grab an apple with your teeth, get it out of the wash tub, and take a bite out of it in order to be declared the winner of this game. Now, you have at least 4 or 5 kids around this wash tub, all sticking their heads in the tub at the same time, clunking their heads together, and goodness knows what is coming out of these children's noses as their faces are going into the water. Well, I did not appreciate that. I ended up being declared the winner thus far, thusly. I would bare my teeth, find the apple with the longest stem, and nip that apple right away. I did find that you had to kind of breathe out through your nose at the same time so that you did not get water up your nose. It required a good deal of finesse and practice, but I somehow managed to master this every Halloween and got that apple while everybody else was sticking their full heads in the tub and getting all nasty. You better believe I washed that apple before I took any kinds of bites out of anything, guys. But yeah, those are my memories of Halloween or harvest time. At the end of the day, you got kind of a cute little bag of basically whatever people were handing out at people's houses in general, little mini Snickers bars and Baby Ruths and Hershey Kisses and things. But I honestly, out of all those treats, the thing that I most remember was sticking my head in a wash tub and attempting to secure an apple. Okay, here's what I've got so far for the tail, and I think I'm going to stop here because I don't want him stepping on it. I just want it to kind of hang off the back of his sweatshirt. So let's see. It's going to kind of attach to the bottom of the back of the shirt like this. So he's got his little tail. And then I need to put some scales along the top of this tail. I hate this yarn so much. It's like, it got all these fluffies, and I just feel like this ball has, I hate this yarn. I don't know. It's misbehaving. But I think this is done. Yay. Good job. Thank you. All right, everyone, success. I would like to show off the finished product. So I made it little claws and I sewed them onto the sleeves, and here's the tail. This is gonna be so cute. I love how this came out. I ended up sewing everything on, even though I am not a sewist, because the Parfait Chunky kept wanting to shed, and I felt like if I glued it, it was just gonna come off and leave little fuzzies behind it. But here's the hood. I put the little dinosaur scales on the top. I didn't put any eyes because I realized he has eyes. I think we're good in that department, but I did the little scales and the claws and the tail, and so this is our minimalist dinosaur suit for the parade. So thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this and maybe came up with an idea for a costume of your own. If you did, please share that down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!